Good morning, people and peepettes, and everybody else on the spectrum and all that. I've got weird colours to my face. Everybody else on the spectrum. So let me just put my window down. It's 23 on a Sunday morning, and your madman is up and awake again. Shit never seems to change, does it? So basically, I've had like the worst, possibly about the worst 12 months, apart from when my mum and dad died. And my grandma and granddad died in 2001. My mum and dad died in 2013. So them 2 years was shit. I've had a few health issues and stuff. I've worked hard. I've worked, done my bit of mobs, whatever. I've had kids. But this past 12 months, I think, has been probably the hardest. And I think it was actually a year ago. Well, I know what day it is today because it's my birthday, actually. Fucking being a good town fan, I'm only 27. Look at me. I fucking wish now I'm 52. Not yesterday, Saturday, 12th. Friday the 11th was actually a year to the day that I moved into this shithole of a flat on a shithole of a road. After a couple of years of bouncing about from here and there and everything. But yeah, so this past 12 months has probably been the hardest because I'm not. I'm not a confident person. People think that I look like I'm a confident person, and I always act like the class clown. I did at school. Sorry, seagulls are talking. I did at school, and I sort of have done always growing up. I've always like gone through tough situations by fucking about, being a bit of a dick. But this past year, since I've been in this flat on my own, if it wasn't for my ex, who now has made this past 2 weeks really interesting, if it wasn't for my ex, I wouldn't have done it. I couldn't have done it. I haven't got that ability. I've never had that confidence or that ability to do adulting. Even though I've worked, had kids, paid bills, had houses and flats and shit, I'm not the confident person that people think I am. People think, oh, Sando's all right. The madman's a good one. He'll sort this out and the other. And to be fair, 99% of my time I spend sorting other people's shit out. Whether it's health issues, mental health issues, physical health, whether it's... What the fuck is that? Oh, you want to see on my street. Whether it's... Whatever it is. I've even been in situations where I've lent people money and not being paid back. A hell of a lot. But that's what it is. But I do that because it distracts me from... It distracts me from being me. If that kind of makes sense to anybody. I don't even know who watches these because I've only got about 8 subs. So if you could please sub, like, and share and suggest other people follow me on here, it'd be great. Thanks. I'm not going to ask you to buy me a cup of coffee though. Although you can send me some beers for my birthday. So, like I said, I've had about a real tough 12 months adjusting to having to be an adult, having to, 52-year-old, having to be an adult, having to do things for myself, so on and so forth. I've struggled. I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to lie. But this past 2 weeks has just been absolutely fucking bonkers. As I've alluded to in other videos, and I sort of posted yesterday, so I've got to dry mouth again. I've been accused of something that I haven't done. But everybody that has heard about it, I've only told a few people, my ex being one, who the day after my accusation and my arrest was really helpful, but has since turned into a complete and utter fucking hypocrite. And a couple of my mates I've told, and in this past few days, everybody's turned their back on me. And it's made me realise that the only person in life that's really got your back is your sen. And sometimes you can't even trust that fucker. Sometimes that fucker will let you down. I know I have. I've let myself down. I've let myself down big style. But at least if I let myself down, I could beat myself up about it. When other people suck you in with a few little nice words, a few little, oh yeah, we bought you, we do this, that, and the other. And when they let you down, that's a sinking feeling. You can't, like I say, with myself, I'll go beat myself up one way or another. Physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, whatever. I'll beat myself up if I let myself down. Always have done. But when people that you think are close and are friends let you down, that's a big disappointment in life. And no matter how many times you say, right, I'm not going to trust somebody, I'm not going to believe somebody. If you're, like me, a very insecure, unconfident person, the thought of somebody believing in you and supporting you washes away any inhibitions of trusting people. It makes you think, do you know what? Somebody actually understands what I'm doing, what I'm going through, what I'm saying, this, that, and the other. And the more you open up and the more you talk to people, all most people do is store that information to weaponize, to sharpen. And then when they've had enough, or when they move on to the next victim, they stab you in the back with it. I can be a narcissistic person when I'm in a bad mood. I have been, and I'm one of the very few people that would admit to being a narcissistic person. But being that open about it actually draws in narcissism from other people. And yeah, so you end up on your birthday, waking up literally a minute, well, fucking waking up, fucking delivery driver from one of the fucking packet takeaways down the road. Sorry, one of the takeaway shops owned by people not from England, down the road, pressing my fucking buzzer at midnight. Fucking woke me the fuck up, and he weren't even for me. So I ran out the window and told him to fuck off, and then he got the other person to come downstairs anyway. But yeah, so I've been away. So it's birthday day, beer day, which is pretty much the same as any other day really for me. Side on the go, which means I can get rid of this fucking dry mouth. Got to love a Lidl bargain. Oh, not Lidl, Aldi. So anyway, take care, people. Have a great Sunday. Look after yourselves. Look after your friends. My face looks like I've been fucking blowtorched. Oh, it's just that. What is it? That stuff you spray down because my room stunk. Nothing dodgy, honestly. Why the fuck do I look like I've got a fucking burnt face? Anyway, take care. Look after yourselves, your friends, your neighbours, your elders, your relatives, people around your table, people that you talk to near and far. I'm going to have to sort this colour out. I don't like that. Anybody in the streets, you never know. You might see somebody whose birthday it is, who's sat on their own in their little flat, and then when you see him down the street, if you say hello to him, it might make him feel better on their birthday, he says. But more importantly, look after yourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay proud, and stay loud. Peace.